What if I told you that the device you're watching this on, the lights in your room, and even the wireless internet you're using, all exist because of one man who died alone and broke? A man whose ideas were so advanced that even today, 80 years after his death, we're still catching up to his genius. This is the untold story of Nikola Tesla. Born during a lightning storm in 1856, Tesla's mother said it was a bad sign. The midwife called him a child of darkness, but his mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." She had no idea how prophetic those words would be. But here's what nobody tells you about Tesla's childhood. Tesla could perform integral calculus in his head, had a photographic memory, and claimed to visualize his inventions in complete 3D detail before building them. But this genius had a dark side. He was obsessed with the number 3, had severe OCD, and claimed to receive visions from another dimension. In 1884, he arrived in America with 4 cents in his pocket, a book of poetry, and a letter of recommendation to Thomas Edison. But what happened next would spark the greatest rivalry in scientific history. Edison promised Tesla $50,000, a fortune back then, to improve his DC electrical systems. Tesla worked day and night for months and succeeded. But when he asked for his payment, Edison laughed and said, "Tesla, you don't understand American humor." He refused to pay. Tesla quit immediately, but this betrayal would fuel the invention that changed everything: the AC electrical system, Tesla's first revolution. While Edison pushed dangerous, inefficient DC power, Tesla invented alternating current, the same system that powers your home right now. This sparked the war of currents. Edison was so desperate to win, he publicly electrocuted animals using AC to prove it was dangerous. He even electrocuted an elephant named Topsy. But guess who won? Tesla, because science doesn't care about marketing, and this was just the beginning of his inventions. In 1893, Tesla did something that seemed impossible. At the Chicago World's Fair, he illuminated 200,000 light bulbs wirelessly without a single wire connecting them. The crowd stood in shocked silence. How was this possible? Even today, scientists debate his methods, but wait until you hear what he invented next. The Tesla Coil, a device that could generate millions of volts of electricity. He used it to shoot lightning bolts across his laboratory. But this wasn't just for show. This technology became the foundation for radio, television, and wireless communication. Radio, yes, you heard right, not Marconi. Tesla invented radio. He filed the patent in 1897. Marconi stole his design. In 1943, the U.S. Supreme Court finally ruled in Tesla's favor, unfortunately, just months after Tesla died. Remote control. In 1898, Tesla demonstrated a remote-controlled boat. People thought it was black magic. The military thought it was fake. Today, we call them drones, but Tesla's most mysterious invention was never completed. In 1901, he began building the Wardenclyffe Tower, a massive structure that he claimed would provide free wireless electricity to the entire world. His financier, J.P. Morgan, asked him one question: "If everyone gets free electricity, where do I put the meter?" He pulled the funding. But what if Tesla had succeeded? Would we live in a completely different world? Tesla's other inventions include X-ray technology. He experimented with it before Röntgen got credit. Neon lights, the glowing signs you see everywhere. Speedometer for measuring vehicle speed. Radar technology, foundation of modern detection systems. Vertical takeoff aircraft, predicted helicopters and drones. He held over 300 patents. He envisioned smartphones, the internet, and renewable energy in the 1900s. But despite all this genius, here's the tragedy nobody talks about. Tesla died alone in a New York hotel room in 1943, in debt, feeding pigeons. The man who invented the modern world died with nothing. Why? Because he cared more about giving humanity free energy than making money. He was a genius, not a businessman. But immediately after his death, something strange happened. The FBI raided his hotel room and seized all his documents. They classified them as top secret. Why? What was in those papers? Some say designs for death rays, earthquake machines, and wireless energy transmission. 80 years later, many documents are still classified. What don't they want us to know? Nikola Tesla proved that one person with revolutionary ideas can change the entire world. He didn't have a billion-dollar company. He didn't have social media followers. He just had an unstoppable vision and the courage to pursue it, even when everyone called him crazy. So here's my question for you. What idea are you sitting on right now because you're afraid people will laugh? What invention, business, or dream have you buried because it seems too impossible? Tesla teaches us that the craziest ideas often become tomorrow's reality. If this story inspired you, hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment telling me what's your impossible dream. Remember, the people crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. This is Tesla's legacy. What will be yours?